If an avocado falls to the ground, it is not eligible for export. This rigorous process has allowed Mexico's avocado industry to flourish. In 2024, the country's avocado production is forecast to reach £6.1 billion in order to meet export demands. Long poles with attached blades are used to harvest coconuts from tree tops. Farmers aim these poles at mature coconut clusters, applying force to cut the clusters from the tree. In some coconut plantations, canals are dug between the rows in order to catch falling coconuts, reducing impact during harvesting. Farmers carefully calculate the force and direction of their pulls. The canals also help with counting and ease of transportation. Coconuts are typically harvested at a soft stage to extract coconut water. Since coconut trees produce fruit regularly, farmers can harvest monthly. This consistent yield helps boost their income and supports the domestic coconut market. Lastly, let's explore mango harvesting in Thailand. Farmers use elevated ladders or equipment to access mangoes on the treetops. On large mango farms, a harvest team usually consists of 10 to 20 people. They pick and sort the mangoes on site. The team works in coordination to ensure a quick and efficient harvest while maintaining a high product quality. Modern farmers have many different equipment options for agricultural activities. From ploughs, lawnmowers to harvesters, and they all meet the needs of livestock farmers and industrial-scale farming operations. Now let's go to the fields to see how farmers use heavy machinery. The first is the plough, which is usually operated by a tractor. The plough breaks up hard soil to a depth of 6 to 16 centimeters by cutting, lifting, and reversing the blade. Ploughs come in many different types of blades, designed for a certain type of tillage and soil type. These blades break up soil clumps, making the soil surface flatter and cleaner. It also loosens the soil by turning it over, making seeding much easier. At the same time, it provides space and nutrients for new plants. Usually, ploughing is done at the end of the harvesting process. The purpose of this technique is to remove weeds and remnants of the previous crop, so as not to affect the growth of the plant. In this way, farmers can soften the soil and gradually prepare it for their next crop. All of these benefits can be delivered without increasing fuel costs and without causing a major impact on the environment. Conventional ploughing rarely exceeds 20 centimeters. Meanwhile, deep ploughs can plough to a depth greater than 50 centimeters. Deep ploughing changes soil structure and drainage. At the same time, it restores the ideal structure of the soil. The plough turns the soil over and leaves space on the surface for a new field where there was none before. Similar to a shallow plough, it also supports the birth and growth of new plants in the future. In fact, the plants will be able to find suitable space to grow its roots. Additionally, deep ploughing tends to provide better control of many perennial weeds than shallow ploughing. Grasslands harvested per hectare provide at least 85% of the profits for most farms, and this is the cheapest form of feed. Machines were developed to maintain and harvest abundant grass in the spring and summer. At the same time, they create high productivity of quality green forage. Farmers can use simple bar mowers, they use a reciprocating knife. Meanwhile, rotary mowers use rotating discs to harvest quickly. After cutting, the grass is collected on trucks and brought to the farm, meeting the fresh food needs of livestock. During the summer months, grass grows vigorously and is often harvested by livestock farms. Warm, dry weather is the ideal time to harvest grass for silage. Farmers can leave grass in the field for several hours until it withers. This reduces the humidity. The grass is then collected and piled in a pile in the farmyard. These machines compress the grass tightly to remove as much air as possible, or roll it into large bales. Whatever method is used, the fresh grass will be covered with a plastic sheet and sealed to remove as much oxygen as possible. Over several months, the bacteria in the grass will ferment effectively. Harvested grass can also be dried in the field. The farmer will return in a few days, and the hay harvester will help bale the hay. Farmers collect. Their main attack uses a flexible, horizontal twin bar to hit the tree canopy and shake it to make the grapes fall out. In some regions, mechanical harvesting reduces labour costs by up to 75%. Machines move through the grape beds and vibrate the vines so the grapes fall onto the conveyor belt. Once collected, impurities are removed through a series of networks. The amount of grapes collected will immediately be put through trucks to be transported to the processing plant. This mechanical harvesting method is used exclusively for wine grapes. It is estimated that a machine can pick a hectare in about 5 hours. Meanwhile, manual labour can take from 1 to 10 days to harvest the same area. Harvesters can also run 24 hours a day. Mechanical harvesting is often more cost-effective, and it is well suited for large vineyards located on flat land. When using a harvester, the grapes may become cold more quickly than when picked by hand. These machines are often equipped with lights to support harvesting at night. This helps farmers to shorten harvest time, especially during peak periods. If the grape stays on the vine for too long, it will quickly spoil. Although machinery supports almost all harvesting activities, farmers often check before operating the machine. They must ensure that the machine has enough fuel, all the lights are working, has good tire pressure, as well as to ensure that the brakes are working properly. They will also check for any hydraulic leaks and make any necessary repairs. Similar to grapes, farmers use peanut harvesters to harvest peanuts. This can effectively save labour and reduce labour intensity. Jobs that usually take days or even weeks as manual labour can now be done in a few hours. However, during harvesting, there are some higher requirements for adjusting soil parameters. In wet soil areas, mechanised operations with high resistance and high power consumption will easily remove impurities. To start harvesting, farmers use a peanut digger to go through each row. The machine is equipped with a blade to cuts are quickly transferred to the back door by rollers, keeping them from sinking into the soil. A vibrating screen is designed to help remove impurities as soon as the peanuts are collected on the machine. Machines help to remove peanuts from the vines and also help to remove extra dirt from the peanuts. As the combine passes through the rows, it blows the peanuts into a container and spreads the dry peanut stalks back into the soil. The peanut harvester combines digging, lifting, and reversing operations in one seamless process. It is especially good at not breaking peanuts. The breakage rate is less than 1%. At the same time, its peanut picking rate can reach up to 98%. This saves a lot of labour costs. Not only do people harvest on land, heavy machinery can also work well in underwater environments. Cranberry harvesters help farmers accelerate output and develop production scale. In the fall, we'll see harvesters going through the fields of ruby red cranberries. The harvester has opened up a good direction for this $200 million a year industry. The majority of the world's cranberries are grown in northeastern North America, especially in the swamps of Massachusetts and New Jersey. Cranberry harvest time usually lasts from late September to late October. Farmers will flood the fields with water to prevent them from frost. The water level is around 18 inches. Growers then use water rolls, also known as an egg beater, to stir the water and separate the cranberries from the stems. Each berry has a small pocket of air that helps it to float to the surface of the water. Americans consume 400 million pounds of cranberries annually. The harvester drives through the furrows to stir the water and squeeze the fruit from the stems. It moves very lightly because it is equipped with balloon tires so as not to damage the trees. This is the most labour-intensive part of harvesting cranberries. Berries floating on the water are pushed to the collection point. With the help of a crane, workers pile the small red berries around a pump to suck them up. Finally, the cranberries are loaded